Hey guys, and welcome to another video. I've got something pretty interesting for you today. So as you know, from time to time, we have had a look at things the community have created to better allow people to understand and enjoy the game. So more recently, I've been on a stint of videos around graphical enhancements. We've done stuff on gem effects, sweet effects, reshade, and in fact, there's a whole bunch more awesome new reshade news and tools that have come about directly because of that video we did. I'll be talking to you guys about shortly. But it's been a while since we've looked at some of the other community offerings that are out there now, and these things have expanded. There was an Overwolf competition a couple of months back which introduced a variety of new tools to the scene. Well, today I want to look at something called Guild Wars 2 Efficiency. Now, the guy that made this, I don't know, as far as I'm aware, whether I've ever actually talked to. I wasn't necessarily asked to look at this website, but it was something my guild were linking around just tonight, and it was really awesome to get a deeper insight to my account. So I wanted to show you guys a little bit of the website. It's kind of a way of updating you all on what's currently going on in this side of the community. The last time I really looked at a tool like this was a while ago when we looked at some of the overlay things that it could in-game, say, change your minimap or show you when world bosses were spawning and stuff like this. Well, today you're going to get up to date and see what kind of stuff is really being shown off. So if you don't know what the Guild Wars 2 APIs are, they are developed by ArenaNet. So nothing about them is malicious, nothing about them is dangerous, nothing about them is going to leak vital information about your account to third parties that can then use it to, you know, hack you or anything like that. It's made by the devs. It is, by all intents and purposes, sort of a part of the game. And what they are is they're a way for third-party tools that the community creates and applications to kind of read information about your account. So to access them, you go to guildwars2.com, the website, okay? You log in with your account on your website, and if you go to services up here, as you can see, you can click My Account, and then you're going to want to come over to Applications over here. And when you get to applications, you just click New Key and you'll get these options available. So you'll be able to decide what you want a third-party website to know about your account. So, you know, your currently equipped builds, your skills and stuff. You can push your PvP stats to websites. You can push unlocks to your websites. Account wallet, your trading post transactions, your characters, your inventories, and, you know, general account stuff. Now, these are always being updated. And the last time I did a video talking about this kind of stuff, it was far more limited. I think we only had 3 APIs and there's more and more to come continuously. So if you want to use this website that I'm talking about today, all you do is you check all the boxes, give it a name like, once you've got all of them checked, give it a name like This Is Everything, and who knows, in a few months they might add some more stuff and you'd have to create a new key, and you just click a key. And so with that key, you can then input that on any website you like and get all these cool, interesting stats about how things are running. So this is Guild Wars 2 Efficiency. And really the main thing that blew my mind that I really want to make this video about is the account section. So when you click this, you'll be able to manage your characters, your achievements, your minis and dies, and calculate how much money you would have if you sold everything in your bank. That's what's really interesting. So if you click this, it's going to say this page actually wants your API key. So that key you just made, you're going to enter into this box. You're going to click OK, and then it's going to start working away and it will generate all your stuff for you. But the account section here and the overview is not the only thing available. They do have some other sections as well, so just to go from right to left, you've got a community section and they run a lottery. You can just enter your account name and you'll get into on the lottery. They got stuff, they got a TeamSpeak, they've got contributors and a Reddit. They've had a guide section on here too. And again, what's really cool about this is a lot of the stuff is super up to date. You guys remember the Frost Gorge train? You remember how we used to run in tiny little circles, killing bosses over and over and over again, and it was one of the best, easiest ways to earn money for a long time in the game, and the devs nerfed it by putting high cooldowns on a lot of those champions. The top 3, for example, were tied together. The Frost Gorge chain does live on. It's just under a bit of a different version, and it's much more varied with the events you run now. But it's still very profitable if you get a lot of people on the map. So I actually learned something here. I haven't done the Frost Gorge farm for God knows how long. But so you'll see, the farm actually begins here. There was a second Frost Gorge farm a lot of you guys won't know about, where you would come to this tower in Frost Gorge Sound, and you could spawn tons of champions, deliberately fail the event by moving over like over here, and then it would reset in 2 minutes. And so after the Frost Gorge regular farm died, this one existed, and loads of people were doing this one. Then they nerfed this one too, and it seemed like everything was dead. Well, the new Frost Gorge farm kind of combines both. You do this entire southern meta event. This meta event nobody really cared about, but this is a big part of the farm. So you do this whole meta event to spawn tons of champions, and, you know, it gives you explicit information about the way it works. You'll probably hear people screaming, "Move outside the tower for more champions to spawn." Ignore them, just don't go up the ramp, blah, blah, blah. You know, it will describe all these extra steps. It even talks about how you can have and you're going to kill all these shamans here as well. With enough people, you'll scale them all up to champion levels, get a ton more boxes. Then you've got the triple event here. Then you've got the undersea worm. You've got the troll in the labyrinth, which we knew about before. But you know, it even adds some extra stuff here about actually if you've got some mesmers that want to help you out, or you're very fast, you can even kill the champion ooze. People can port you up into the champion ooze. That gives you a slime box. Slime box can give you Karka weapons, which are worth tons of money. It's just fairly interesting. So their guide section has got some stuff. It's got Silverwaste Farm, there's a Cursed Shore, and Patch Note Search, which I guess are kind of work in progress. Crafting is actually fairly useful. I don't like crafting in Guild Wars 2 at all. It sucks, but if you're a new player, if you're a free-to-play player, this is fantastic for you. And any free-to-play players, I would certainly reference to this place. If you want to make, say, some Nomad's gear, you can say, all right, I want to make one Nomad's helmet or something, right? So all you have to do is type Nomad. It will search the TP actively. This is the current TP stuff that's there. Let's say we want to get a full set, one satchel of Nomad's emblazoned armor. And then we can specify, right now, that I'm also not going to use any of my currently owned materials, and that I'm going to use the buy price, so I'm not going to wait around. I'm just going to buy it instantly. And immediately, that's it. There you go, you're done. It tells you that's going to cost me 17 gold to get a full set of Nomad's exotic armor. It tells me exactly what I need to buy and how many from the TP. And then it tells me exactly how to craft it. And isn't that fantastic? I think back to when GW2 first launched and we had kind of these static websites with just basic text information on them that would say, oh, here's how you power level your crafting levels up. And, everyone would do it, and all of a sudden the prices would get ridiculously out of whack, and then websites would go out of date. Well, now you've got stuff like this where it's really easy to know exactly what you want to make, and you get the current prices all thrown up. It's pretty amazing, and that's basically because of these APIs that are pushing out. Also, they have some stuff for the Mystic Forge as well. They will show you what the most profitable stuff to craft in the Mystic Forge is. So, for example, if you craft Immobulus, this is a scepter that's got all these kind of nice pink, purpley animations around it. You guys might not recognize it when you see it in game, but this is basically one of the rarest weapons in the entire game. If you craft it in the Mystic Forge, you earn a massive profit, a profit of 700 gold. So why is there such a huge profit on this item in the Mystic Forge? Well, because of these things here, the giant eyes. Those of you, again, who may be kind of new to the scene, giant eyes are incredibly rare. There's a very limited number of them in the entire game on the trading post right now. And so to get 250 to reap this massive profit, you'd be waiting months and months and months and months for them to come in. And there's no really easy targeted way to do it, except just spend a ton of time in ore and get loads of heavy moldy bags. And then, the profit starts plummeting straight away. Mjolnir, again, this has got a lot of profit in it because it's 250 charged lodestones, which is the most expensive T6 material in the game, and you need a whole stack of them. And then, it goes down, but it shows you, it shows you what you can create from the Mystic Forge. Continuing to the left, you've got world bosses. Again, very standard. I'm not going to spend very long on this, but this will tell you, it's, again, all in the same place, one website. Right, Shadow Behemoth is currently going on. There have been so many variations of this kind of tool. I want to see this. You guys know this fact about me. I want to see this actually in-game somehow, preferably through the orders. But maybe that's a topic for another video. Dungeons are fairly interesting. Now, what I think you can do here is you can actually add a run, and you can say what path you ran. So I said, I did Twilight Arbor and I did Laurent up, okay? And so, I was running it with my guildies, for example, in this drop-down box, and I was on my Elementalist. This actually happened. Actually, no, I did this on a Guardian just yesterday, okay? So, and then you can add a timer and just time yourself going into that path when you do your sweep, or you can enter exactly how long it took. You can enter that as a run, and over time, yes, this is a bit of micromanagement to do it, but over time, what you will find in this dungeon section is you will know what your best, for your group, if you're pugging, if you're playing with guildies, whatever, you will know just through this website how much gold you can get, how quickly, what the best paths are to do. For a lot of people, it's going to be obvious, like do Sorrow's Embrace path 1 because it's so short and it's a lot of gold. But you may find, really, that based on your luck and the kind of people you play with, you're honestly getting more money per hour or whatever doing Twilight Arbor path 3, and that's the best thing you can do. So for those of you who are really statistically minded, absolutely another useful tool. Right, and then last of all, this is the main one. This is the big one, guys. Here we go. The account overview. So, what this will do is, if you've put your API key in, you see it will have taken a little while to load up. This will tell you a lot of stuff about your account that will be very eye-opening. So I thought I'd take you guys through a little bit of a tour of my account. At the start of the year, we sort of did one of these. But this will be a bit of a different perspective for you. So you've got all these different sections, first of all, underneath. First, not all of them are available. A lot of them are still being developed. So like tonics are grayed out, minis are grayed out, achievements are grayed out. There are going to be APIs developed for that. Dyes, at least you can see every dye you have unlocked for your account. And, you know, I've got all the common ones. I've got pretty much all of the green ones as well. But, you know, as we get to the rare ones, oh, I don't have Midnight Violet. And what do you know? There you go. It's got the price there as well just for me. And what's actually really fantastic about this is at the top, you might think, how much would it cost to max my entire account out? Based on current prices, how much would it cost to get all the dyes, every single one? And I would need 7,838 gold to complete it. Plus 73 silver. Very accurate. My collection of dye is currently worth 765 gold. And what it will do, actually, is it will take that number, that 765 gold that is built into my account through my dye unlocks, and it will put it towards a total value. A total value of how much worth is on my account. Now, these dyes can't ever be sold again. You know, they're bound to my account, that's it. The collections I've completed are bound to my account, and that's it. But it will continue tallying it up so that in the end, you can see from when you very start playing Guild Wars 2 to today, how much money really you've grown to that point. It's kind of like that age-old question of how much money, since I started playing the game, have I spent on waypoints? Well, this is something a little bit similar, but maybe a little bit less depressing. Again, you got the wardrobe too. Same as with the dyes. This one will take a little while to load. But how useful is this? Unfortunately, there aren't many in-game incentives for maxing out your wardrobe, but my wardrobe collection is currently worth 27,000 gold. And I would need 214,613 to complete it. And what's really cool about this is you can look at my numbers here, guys, and you might think, I play more than wood and potatoes. Well, what's mine worth? Let's have a look at mine. And you can see, you can compare to your friends and people you know how you rank against them. And in fact, the website can do that too, which we'll talk about in just a second. So we have 252 of 380 matching the current filter, which is, you know, light headgear. Or I guess maybe perhaps everything. But yeah, and our skins are worth 151 gold, and I'd only need 751 to complete them. And it does get better as well as we scroll down to, okay, like the witch's hat, okay, not everyone's got this. You actually get a little preview and everything when you click on these skins, and it will show you. It will give you text guides on where to acquire stuff. So if we want this Veil Piercer, how do we get this? Well, we can click the wiki. It will throw up the Guild Wars 2 wiki for me, and it will say, oh, right, this is a Heart of Thorns thing. Oh, okay, so this is what we get with the Revenant. You're damn straight. So what if I want the South Sun Mask? Oh, well, look, this is 196 gold. Where do I get this? Where was this from? Mysteriously washed ashore during the Karga attacks, has delicate carvings of unknown origin. This item was originally a town clothes headpiece, but with the removal of town clones, it's become an armor skin for all 3 armor classes. Player that have it, blah, blah, blah. A non-updated version is also available in the TP. So it will give you everything you want to know. We have a similar setup for our material storage. It will calculate all the money you have currently on your materials. If you were to sell instantly, or if you were to match buy prices, and sell instantly, or if you were to sell, match other people and sell slowly, how much money you would get. Then next we've got the bank and the wallet. Now, if I were to go to wallet, okay, this is just what I've currently got. If someone were to ask me, how much money have you got in Guild Wars 2? This is the number I'd give them. I have 116 gold, right? That's what appears in my inventories. It's nothing crazy impressive. I've got just over 1 million karma. I've got a few gems. Nothing about this is particularly significant at all. This is my current account. But, if we were to go to the bank, what it will do is it will look at everything I have in my entire bank. As you can see here, this is all of them. And this is, if I change my banking game right now and I press F5, I refresh this page, it will change straight away. And it will actually tell me, if I were to sell everything that I have, I actually have 4,656 gold sitting around in there, which is a hell of a lot of money, if I were to do sale prices. And then, if you want to exclude the trading post fees, that would take away 5,000, but you shouldn't do that. PvP, it will give you all of your PvP stats, lifetime. This is a little bit more interesting than the way they deliver it to you in-game. And actually, they gave out a lot more PvP information too lately, like max condi damage you did in battles and stuff like that, but I don't know whether that's really being tracked here. And then, almost last of all, we have characters. Characters is really an interesting one. Because as you'll see here at the top, now what it's doing here is it's listing all of my characters out. And as you can, I've actually got quite a lot, it seems, these days. It's probably because of the beta slots. But what's really quite interesting about the way that Guild Wars 2 Efficiency is doing it, and I think we might see going forward as time goes by, is you can actually share your characters with other people. And so anyone can actually come online and see through this website, know for a fact, that this isn't some screenshot that I've doctored, this isn't anything illicit, right? For a fact, they can know everything about my main character list. And what this actually does is this puts something into Guild Wars 2 that the devs have tried quite hard to keep out of Guild Wars 2. And what is that? Well, that's the idea of gear checking. Now, in theory, if raids are hard enough, if raids are done in a certain way at least, people will really start to care about this kind of stuff. And if they really want to clear the content and they want to clear it consistently and they want to weed out new people who are saying that they're running the stuff you want, and that doesn't necessarily mean berserker gear all the time, all right? That could be whatever the raid's call for. But, you know, to make sure that someone who says they're running a type of gear actually are, we could, in the end, see this community push into a direction you see other MMOs are in, where you're being asked to provide your Guild Wars 2 efficiency sheet, or whatever, to make sure you know that you're not actually in green Valkyrie gear, or whatever. And that's a whole topic for another video. It is an interesting possibility, but you guys can check out exactly how this is. You know, I'm a YouTuber. I tell you guys that I have full Ascended infused armor. And, you know, I could be lying to you. I could have, you know, that could have been completely fake the whole time. But now you will actually be able to come here and you can look at, you know, every single piece of my gear and you can say, oh, no, look, he is actually right. Look, the infusions are on each one. They're on his weapon. They're on all of his things over here. I'm actually using a Zaitan's Claw. That's not correct for this set at the moment. But, you know, they're all the way across. And then you could go, aha, wooden potatoes. You actually didn't infuse your legendary underwater weapon, you liar. You know, and we could go that far. So it's pretty cool. You know, you can even go even more detailed. So this is how I structure my inventory. If you ever wonder, how does Wooden Potatoes set his stuff up? I can, in theory, make this share always available to you guys. And you can see, oh, look, so he has his airship pass, and then he has, you know, a bit of a flavor potion thing. Why does he have blades shards there? I have these here because they're not a currency for what it's worth in my daily home instance. It's the same reason why I have the bandit key. And then, you know, oh, look, he's using these weird stealth items. These are kind of interesting. Where do I get a stealth item from? Well, you could go to one of the other tabs and check it out, or throw it into the wiki. And then you can see, oh, look, he's got his legendaries. Oh, look, he's got his Howler. He's waiting for the Tempest, even though he's not excited about it. What an idiot. And so you can kind of see the way that people structure stuff. Some of these aren't totally in place just yet, but you can even see my build. And here you'll find, you know, standard staff meta Zerk build at the moment, because that was the last thing I did in PvE. And, you know, this is my PvP build. This was the last thing I was running there, which I think is a Burn Ellie. Yeah, this is an Elemental Surge Burn Ellie with a weird kind of water magic mix in there. Don't, let's not look at that. And then the World versus World build, which I believe is still a tank Nomad Ellie, which you guys saw a long time ago. On a build video that I did. So the last thing to show off is basically what's in the title here for this video. It's the overview. Everything we've just looked throughout this video, all can be pulled together at once for this final grand total. And through this total, you can see how much money your account is basically worth from the creation of its life, right? Like, so legendaries, which I can't sell, do still have worth. And if you want to include that worth, if you want to include the worth of all the Ascended armor that I've got and the infusions that are in it, actually, I don't think it counts Ascended stuff at the moment. But, you know, if you want to total everything up, all the minis, the collections, all of it, the dies, you eventually, for me, I come to a total of almost 7,000 hours played, and I come to an account total of 35,307 gold. Which was crazy shocking. I haven't played ranked gameplay PvP for so long that it doesn't have anything there. And, you know, you can even see, look, I've actually got 8 silver in sell orders on the TP right now. This doesn't include any investments of gold I have in my guild bank. But, you know, through unlocked skins, 27,000 of this is actually, you know, through there. 700 is through the dies. And then you can even look at each individual characters. Now, some of these are a little inflated because these beta characters, they're all worth 50G and they won't be. And they'll be removed, so it is inflated by about 200 gold at the moment. But, you know, I can see, oh, look, the Guardian I recently started playing has about 9 gold's worth of worth on her. I can also see that, basically, my second main, who I would kind of consider to be Issa here, my engineer, my second main is worth 59 gold. My warrior is worth 106. But of all my characters, my main list, the one you see in most of my videos, has 18,000 gold worth of junk she lugs around with her every day. That's pretty mental. But there you go, guys. This was Guild Wars 2 efficiency. Now you know about it. If you've been hearing about it in-game, that's basically the way that it works. And, you know, what's really curious is comparing yourself. You know, this isn't me to brag necessarily, but get on there, compare yourself. Even there's a new thing added for the curious stat lovers. This is what brought it to my attention today. There are detailed statistics about wealth distribution available. So you can see, like, the wealthiest guy in all of Guild Wars 2 at the moment that at least has input his key onto this website had 214,000 gold. There's no way that someone can fake this. Someone genuinely does have that amount of money on their account lifetime. And you can see that they earned that in about 8,000 hours. I'm almost on 7,000 hours, and they have that much more money than me. Clearly playing the trading post. You got the slot 2 is short behind them, but has been playing for 14,000 hours. This, by the way, works out to be something like 14 hours played a day since launch to get so high. I don't even want to imagine how he achieved that. Clearly, someone's PC never gets turned off. And you know, you can work your way down. You can even see, you know, based on how many hours you played. So I'm in the 5,000 hour plus range. If you play from 1,500 to 200 hours, so hold on. Yeah, so I'm 5,000 hours plus, right? And you can see kind of average, you know, the minimum amount of gold that they've recorded for someone who's played over 5,000 hours is 1,713 gold. So, you know, that could be something you go for. Make a new free-to-play account, have it logged in for over 5,000 hours and never earn a penny, and you'll be here on, you know, 1 copper. You'll get that spot. And the most amount of money someone's earned is 214,000. But you can get kind of interesting stats as well. The maximum amount of money that someone's earned in less than 100 hours. Less than 100 hours of an account? 13,000 gold. Just think about that for a second. 13,000 gold. That's a third of where I am at 7,000 hours. Do you know what that is? That's what they call in the business a whale. Someone with a lot of credit card money. So yeah, it's very interesting. You can compare yourself to your friends and so forth. A bit of a different video, so do let me know what you think about it. But I'd love to keep you guys in the loop, especially some reshade stuff coming up that is mind-blowingly exciting to me. But one thing at a time, eh? Thanks very much for watching, guys. Good luck on the site if you go to check it out. And I'll see you tomorrow.